What's up? What's up? Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Lucky Underdogs Podcast, brought to you by Believe Network and the good people at Goodman Productions. Thank y'all for tuning in, whether you're catching us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Believe.com, or on Bally Sports in Ohio. Thank you for tuning in. As always, it's your boy, D to the B, Devin Butler here.
And it's your boy CJ Prosise. We're the underdogs. We always gonna shout out them guys who don't get the media coverage and don't get the plays on the field, but then when they get their plays, they make the most out of the opportunities. But we ain't got no games this week. We ain't got no games for another week or so, another couple weeks. So we ain't got nobody to shout out right now. We just following, the news, transfer portal, everything going on behind the scenes right now. So we just waiting for the football
Man.
stuff. But
That portal active, man. That
portal is
portal is
active. It is
active.
active,
Like
man.
we
You
got
see,
we got a few. We got two receivers. We got Chris Mitchell
hmm
was FIU transfer. We got Bo Collins, Clemson
Boca.
transfer. So those two weapons. I think those are two experienced dudes that definitely one coming from FIU. He was somebody that had great production.
Yeah,
And Bo Collins is somebody who's played at big time football. So I think those two definitely add a lot to the receiver room. Hopefully, we get us at least one more in the portal. I think we should. I think we definitely need at least one more receiver in the portal.
yeah,
Yeah. What do you
yeah. With
think?
the
What you
guys
think about
leaving,
that?
yeah, with the guys
Yeah, man. We
leaving,
lost four.
lost four. We definitely need to pick up at least, I think, three guys who at least have some experience. I don't know. I know we got a couple freshmen coming in. Uh, but definitely want some guys who got a little experience under their belt. And next year it's gonna be a whole new system for everybody. The whole offense is basically gonna be brand new. Um,
Mm.
Depending on what estimate. I mean, I guess estimate whatever he does, he leaves, he comes back. But basically it's gonna be all other than the running backs, everybody else is gonna be kind of new on that offense. And whoever the quarterback end up being.
Yeah,
News today, obviously, big news today. So
big
whoever
big
that
news
quarterback ends up
today.
being, it's gonna be something. So I think we definitely gonna have a learning curve early in the season for sure next year. I think for sure, for sure.
Yeah. I think that's inevitable, and I think you hinted at it. We got some big news to cover. Riley Leonard, as
Mhm.
of today, I think is committed to Notre Dame. That's the Duke quarterback. Started the last few years. In 2022 had 24 passing touchdowns. Definitely a stud. Super physical guy. I mean, we've seen him as Notre Dame fans. We played against him.
Mhm.
He definitely got hurt at the end of the game, but definitely a dude with a lot of grit. A tough competitor.
Yeah.
Um, I definitely someone that we've. I know I expressed it last week that I didn't think that we needed to go that route to get a portal guy. But he's well received by a lot of the Notre Dame fandom.
Mhm.
And I gotta watch some more film. I talked to one of my buddies that
Yeah.
played at Duke, and he spoke real highly of him. He says he's a guy that could get us over the hump. But of course, somebody's gonna say that if you're coming from the alma mater. But if he's
Right.
leaving your alma mater, would you still say the same thing? Who knows? So,
Right.
and this was a receiver too. So I might see what's up. I'm at least gonna turn on a couple of full games. I'm not just gonna watch highlight tapes. I want to watch full
Mhm.
games and not from this season. He was battling a lot of injuries this season, so I'm gonna watch last season to get a real accurate portrayal of who and what Riley Leonard is and can do.
Yeah, I mean, and from what I heard, I mean that the season last year, even before he played against us, he was having a great year up to that
Mm-hmm.
game, and then obviously went down, and we kind of had his number that night. But I mean, as far as quarterback, if you kind of look at the situation we in right now, it's like you kind of want somebody who's gonna push that competition, push that and kind of push that ceiling in that room
Mm-hmm.
to a next level because we really haven't seen either one of our quarterbacks in the room right now. So we got a freshman coming in. So, I mean, obviously, it's not another fifth year. I mean, another fifth year guy who's been through it. If it's his 5th year, as I know, there's a lot of guys 6th and 5th year. I don't know, but like
Man,
I don't know this year, but just got another guy who got a lot of experience, which is good. I think we talked about last week. He's an athletic guy. He's going to be able to move the pocket. He's going to be able to create plays with his legs. So that will kind of help us. Definitely early in the season. Obviously our schedule, our schedule always ends up being tough at some point. So we're gonna have to figure out, that guy under center is gonna have to be the right guy, and for the long run, not just you know
hmm
half the season and then all right, now is it time for him to get up out of there? If we lose a couple games, is he out of there? So it's definitely got to find that guy. Um,
for sure.
hopefully, Riley can bring a lot of competition to that room, and then we can, he can bring some
Somebody separate themselves.
exactly, yeah, somebody kind of separate themselves. So
Hmm
that's the hope I see. Hopefully, he's not just coming in there like, all right, he's a starter. Hope it's some type of competition. Well, obviously, he probably will be a starter, but like, hope it is some type of
Yeah,
competition. It's like, I mean, it's guys here. Like, you got at least get the guys here some type of shot.
for
They've been
sure.
working their butt off every day, so they at least got to give them something.
Every day, man, and I think it's definitely. If I was a parent, I would definitely, if I send my son as a quarterback, especially quarterback's a very unique position. It's only one of
Mhm.
those that can touch the field.
Right.
Only one of those guys can be on the field at a time. So, I would feel a little certain type of way if I send my son to you and before he even gets a fair shot, you're looking at somebody that's older and had more experience to come in and bring him in. But like you sat in my living room on multiple occasions and told me what you thought he was capable of, and I mean, and obviously, we got to get these guys a fair chance, and
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what spring ball will hold. I'm not sure if Riley's coming in for spring ball. I know he definitely has some injuries this year, so I know health is definitely a paramount for that situation. But I think that if there's one position at Notre Dame that needs to have a sense of multi-year security on the football field is quarterback.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other schools where you can get a guy to come in for a year, he can do his thing, and he can still ball and he can
Mhm.
not feel that pressure. I think playing quarterback at Notre Dame is going to be tough coming in for 1 year and getting that job done. Like
Yeah.
that's a tall task. That's a
And I
very,
think
very tall task.
it means a lot to the school too. Like, coming in
Yeah.
1 year, like, I feel like you don't really get the culture of Notre Dame. Like, you
hmm
probably come in, you living off campus, like, you really not like living in the dorms, like, you really like you have to go through when you go there from freshman year. So like,
And never been to a dorm party
never
and
been to a
never
dorm
ate
party,
in the
never
dining hall.
never
None of
said never
that.
even walked in
Like,
the dining hall. Like, if you ain't never
none of
walked
that.
onto the dining hall, ate there for breakfast, got your
I'm
bro,
not
you ain't
going. I'm not going to Como if I'm a fifth year coming in. Like, what am I doing in here? Like,
right.
come on, man. I'm
So, like,
like,
man, you ain't really got the whole, you ain't really get the whole Notre Dame experience. So like, it's a different feel. I mean, and just coming in for that 1 year, bro. It is hard. It is hard to be like, all right, I'm just going, especially at quarterback. It is a difficult thing to come in and be like, all right, this is 1 year. I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna do everything right this year. Like, it's almost impossible to not make couple of mistakes on the way. So,
yeah, man.
it's we'll see how it goes, man. I'm obviously excited for the opportunity, to have a guy with experience back there. Um, but I'm excited. Just want to see the other guys get out there and get their fair chance too. So
Yeah, I think it's very rare at Notre Dame when all of our best positions are clicking around the same year. I think a
hmm
lot of times we have a very large drop off, or not drop off, but it's a guard change, and it's pretty
hmm
evident. Like the changing of the guard is definitely evident in a lot of areas on Notre Dame's football team, and I think we might be coming up on one of those coming up this off season. And I think when you don't have a quarterback that's been there before and through that guard change, you're not going to be successful after that.
Yeah.
You're going to struggle. You're gonna have those growing pains. But if you got somebody that you believed in and that you gave him that trust to lead them guys through that guard change and through that turmoil and through that rebuild, quote unquote, like you're gonna come out the other end with a hell of a leader in that quarterback. It's gonna be probably a hell of a draft prospect, and you're gonna have a leader of your team somebody's gonna rally the team behind you, rally the offense behind you. So I think it's there's so many benefits to having a multi-year starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Obviously, so I think I'm happy for Riley, and I definitely hope and I definitely believe that he's going to do good things at Notre Dame. We'll probably be back 9+ wins easily.
Yeah.
He's definitely talented as hell and strong and tough as a box of bricks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I like about the guy. He's tough as hell, and as I dive more into the film, like I'll definitely be able to give people a little bit more of my analysis, but. Yeah, just from first glance, he's definitely a football player, and I've been excited. I'm be excited to see what he can do with Notre Dame and having some more weapons and freedom, and hearing about Gerard Parker because I think Gerard Parker was actually coaching at Duke. I'm not sure if he was there when Riley was recruited, but I know he was coaching at Duke previously. So
Okay.
it'd be interesting to see. He might
Yeah.
that playbook might open up now. They've got that
Yeah.
tandem back together. That might be something that really move the envelope and push that envelope for him. So
Right. I mean, and
definitely excited to
he can
see.
run. He can run too. So it's like, Hartman, you wouldn't really thinking Hartman's gonna run that thing. Like
No,
Riley Leonard gonna run it. He gonna try to run somebody over type stuff. So, I mean,
yeah, I just
it's
hope he
exciting.
stay healthy though. He got to stay
Hopefully
that healthy. Like,
that's the main thing, staying healthy. And it's like
yeah,
you kind of look at it like as a fan point of view, like dang, you want somebody, you want a quarterback that's solid in there. But then you kind of as you kind of look at like Freeman's point of view, he's like probably trying to find his guy, and he honest and for him to keep going to the transfer portal, he's obviously saying he hasn't found his guy yet.
hasn't found it.
Um,
Yeah,
and so obviously I think the guy is it Deuce McKnight who's
yeah, the
coming
guy
in
that's coming in.
years. I think that's the guy that must be the guy they're kind of waiting on to get on campus so they can develop, and maybe even CJ Carr is that guy they want to kind of develop into that guy. So we'll see. But I mean, long run, I think the transfer portal quarterback, fifth year quarterback is not the definitely not the best bet for going
Mm-hmm.
forward as a for a successful team. I think it's going to be a lot of
Yeah,
drop off at some point, um,
yeah.
either it's
I
early on or
mean,
middle of the season somewhere.
yeah, and it's interesting. Urban Meyer was on the Ohio State Believe Network podcast and kind of shared our same sentiments.
But I watched the transfer portal quarterbacks, and I'm not devaluing them. I don't know. I think there's some good players, but Notre Dame goes and gets Wake Forest player Sam Hartman, who's a hell of a player, and then now they go get Duke's player. At some point, I think Notre Dame's got to go recruit their own quarterback and develop them.
Yeah.
I mean, the quarterback is so unique. I mean, you got to go learn the system, and so many things change. All of a sudden, to plug in a quarterback, and I know a lot of these guys were transferred. Bo Nix.
As you're developing that quarterback, he's also developing with your team. So I feel like what we're seeing a lot in college football now, our teams are getting very developed, but the quarterbacks are being left behind, or certain positions are being left behind in that overall development of the team. And then that's why the kids are going into the portal and they're trying to just find anything that can fit.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely, you got to, if Urban Meyer agrees, I mean, it's the reason why that man's had a few national championship appearances and rings
Right.
in since Notre Dame has, even been to our last one. So I
Yeah, man.
definitely think,
Yeah. No, I
he
mean,
on
Urban,
something.
he definitely kind of hit the nail around the head. Especially what we've been talking about. You're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna. Like, you just watch the documentary with Tebow, like, and you just the swamp, and it's like you watch
Mm-hmm.
Tebow literally, he in the weight room working out with the defensive guys from his freshman year. Like he was in there working out
Yeah.
the freshman. They was like, "Yo, this is our guy." Like, even though he might not, they probably saw him in practice. Like he probably can't even throw the ball that well in practice, but they're like, "Yo, he's our guy because he's doing his thing."
He
Like,
just try. Just gonna sneak this. You just gonna sneak this Tim Tebow like that?
I'm
Dang,
like,
bro. We trying to get
I
our
ain't,
ratings to go up, man. You
I
gonna
ain't
sneak
sneak
this
this. I ain't
Tim
sneak this.
Tebow?
But you know what I'm saying? He probably was like, he probably being in practice, maybe not doing the, I mean, I'm not saying I don't know what he was doing in practice, but I'm just saying he's probably going hard and stuff. But they in the weight room, like, yo,
Doing
this
it?
is our guy. We don't care. Like, and then all of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
like, he just when they
Natty,
start winning, natty, like
Heisman,
Heisman.
Natty,
You feel me? So it's
Campbell,
like,
Dope Campbell, Dope Walker, yeah, all types of
and
awards.
I mean, we can't sit here and act like Tim. I mean, Tim Tebow was like the most talented quarterback of all time. Like that dude was
Not even
straight
close.
grit, like nothing but grit. Like all of his accomplishments was just him just
Uh,
wanting it more. Like I just wanted more than you. Like and
so you're not like comparing Riley Leonard to Tim Tebow, are you? Is that what you're doing right
no, no,
now?
no, no, I'm not putting that. I'm
Oh,
just
okay,
comparing
you was using
the
Tim Tebow
swamp.
because of Urban Meyer.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
I'm just using the.
I
I'm
was
not.
just saying you got to be careful. We got Notre Dame fans. They're
No,
smart.
sorry. Yeah, listen, I'm sorry.
They draw a
You
lot of
can't.
they
Yeah,
do a lot of
Riley Leonard.
connecting
Listen,
dots and stuff. So
you
hold on
gotta do a
now.
lot. You gotta do a lot in one season to be on Tim Tebow's level, bro. You gotta do a whole lot in one season.
Man.
Like,
Now I will say he's definitely a better passer than Tim Tebow.
yeah, I mean, but
Yeah,
like I said, just having that guy in the weight room, like in the weight room on the
yeah,
like in the practice field, just always showing up and being there, man. That's how you build a program. That's how you build a team. You're not gonna give these 1 year guys, man. It's just gonna be like,
yeah.
we get them in. It's like some guys might mess with him. Some guys probably won't. And they're like, all right, he's getting paid a lot of money to be here now. Like
Hmm.
now you're looking at that type of way. The guys who've been there, they're like, damn, he coming in getting paid all this money, and now if he's not producing on the field,
That's unchy, man. It's like
yeah,
damn. Now,
what?
now instead of invigorating the team,
You
now the
can't.
team is yeah,
Yeah,
dudes is
broken.
mad and yeah, sucking their teeth, they rolling their eyes at bro. You trying to break the team down. They like, man, get out of here, bro.
Yeah,
You didn't even do what you came here to do,
you ain't even that good to us. Like,
man. I'm trying to tell
but
you.
hey,
But at the end of the day, as Notre Dame alumni, we wish Riley Leonard all the best. And
absolutely.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan, bro. So when you get in there, do your do, bro.
And like
It's
that's
go
the thing.
time.
Bro. I think we've been talking a lot about the 1 year quarterbacks and stuff. It ain't no hate to Riley Leonard at all. Like he's a hell of a player, great player. We
Hmm.
just talking about the transfer portal in general. Kind of like we ain't we don't want to go at Riley Leonard no player at all because he's a great player. Like I've watched him play. He does his thing on the field. He has a great arm, great accuracy. He can create plays, can make plays happen. Make keep him going. So he's gonna be a great quarterback for us, and he'd be a great asset. But we just in general, talking about that 1 year quarterback guys, in the long run, it's not the not what you need for success. I would say.
Like honestly, I wish we could have traded and took Riley this year and had him this year and next
Yeah,
year,
I
and
would.
Sam Hartman could have, maybe
Yeah,
done his own thing. I don't know.
even if we just had
That's
Riley
just me.
this year, I think he would have been a better fit
Yeah,
for like.
that's what I said, man. That's what I just said.
Because I know that you said, but even if we just had him for 1 year, you said 2 years. But I'm saying even if we had him for 1 year,
You
like
mean just 1 year this past
yeah,
year? Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, no, it definitely would have fit. I think he definitely would have fit a lot of the attitude of the offense and the strengths of the offense. Yeah, we would have been running that pill. That's for sure. The boys
running
would have
that.
been running that rock. That's one thing for sure. And I think that'll be a strength of next year for the team as well. But before we get too ahead on next year, we definitely still got a game,
Yeah,
the
Sun
Sun
Bowl.
Bowl versus Oregon State. And they got a lot of people sitting out. We got a lot of people sitting out. I think they said I saw Angeli was getting a start, so that's going to be exciting to see what he can do with some
Underdog.
meaningful snaps. You feel me? Do your
Underdog.
do, man. Let us see something, bruh. Pause. But show what you can do, man. Like definitely show what you can do,
Yeah.
man. This is your time to really get a head start on that competition that is inbound into that meeting room in South Bend. Like, you've got the chance to really set yourself. I don't know if I could say head and shoulders apart. Maybe like just like a little bit head apart. I think there's no way they're bringing a guy in and not going to at least give him a shot. So
Yeah.
you definitely going to have to battle on top of that. So this is definitely an opportunity for you though to really get above and beyond it and to get it out in front of that. So I hope he takes advantage. I know he'll take advantage of that, and I know that the Irish will definitely do that thing. I mean, Oregon State, the DJ is not playing. The transfer quarterback that they got this year is not playing. Their true freshman quarterbacks transferring and not playing. So definitely a wounded beaver. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Sound like we about to be playing against a fifth string receiver at quarterback or something like.
Man,
Like
so
some
it
crazy.
should be a field day. It should be a
Yeah.
field day, honestly.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Even for Angeli, man, it's definitely this game is his like opportunity to get a shot. Like if he
Mm-hmm.
plays well, then they'll be like, all right, we're gonna let him compete for the spot. If he don't play well, I feel like they're gonna be like, all right, Leonard is all you. I think that's just
Say,
how
come on, Riley. They're gonna look
all
like
right, it's all
geniuses for
yours.
bringing them in. We talked about what we wanted and what we predicted for the bowl game that normally leads to success the following season. Whenever we play an SEC team, we normally come back with the next year with a good season. Although played South Carolina last year, and I wouldn't necessarily say this was a great season. I mean, we were definitely in the hunt, in the strong hunt, but not quite what we wanted. But
Yeah,
it'll
no.
be interesting to see what the hell happens, man. All I know is I'll be tuned in. That's for damn sure. I'm gonna be a
Yeah,
little more tuned in. I'm excited to that this platform is giving me a little more insight and excitement to really dive into more of the content of Notre Dame football and reading
yeah,
some of the articles and some of the great outlets and some of the great guys that are reporting on Notre Dame football. So I think, it's gonna be cool to see, the hype about spring ball, watching the spring game coming up. So definitely excited about, this first season of Lucky Underdogs in the books, man, or
yeah.
almost in the books. We got another episode after the Sun
It
Bowl, but
was definitely been a
season
blessing.
one almost in the books.
One guy I do want to shout out is Jack Cohn because he
Hmm.
came in and balled out that year, and people
Yeah,
did not expect him to be that guy, like be that good, and he was cold. That was the only guy
yeah, he definitely did his thing.
I got much respect for. I got much respect for Jack Cohn. Just had to give his big. He's an underdog in my book. He's an underdog forever in my book.
Big shout out to Jack Cohn, man.
Jack
Hit us
Cohn.
up, man. Let's get you on the show or something, man. For real, man. But hey, man, we've talked about the transfers coming in. Yeah, we've given a little bit of analysis on the Sun Bowl. We'll be back next week to talk a little bit about signing day, some of the recruits we got coming in, and to wrap up this season, man, of Notre Dame football. It's been a pleasure and an honor, man. As always, we signing off here at the Lucky Underdogs, brought to you by Believe Network and Goodman Productions. Thank y'all for tuning in as always. It's always, always a pleasure. Stay beautiful.